In this video, I want to answer the question that a lot of people will see in introduction to proof classes that will talk about divising or dividing. So this question would be, if A divides B and B divides C, then show A divides C. So what we'll do is we'll just start the proof. So we're gonna let A comma B comma C be integers. Okay, that seems easy. And now we also need to state what we're also letting. So we pretty much just always restate the before, anything before then is a good way to write proof. So also let A divide B and B divide C. It's just a good way to start proofs. It usually brings down all the information you know. And then what it is we take this information and apply definitions and theorems to work it into what we want. Uh, so if you want on a test, if you were ever just to write out every single theorem, you could do that, or every definition, and then the proofs usually write themselves, which is really neat. So, but that's not always an approach that you can have if you can't remember every definition. So you have to work through it. So let's just work through it. So let A divide B and B divide C. So there exists K comma L that are elements of the integers. So I'm using an integer symbol. If you've seen this symbol, it means the set of integers from negative infinity to positive infinity. And this little E looking thing is an element, or is in, is how you can read this. So K is in integers, L is in integers. And that's just a basic symbolic way to say it, and very, very normal. So I'm going to say such that, so there exists K comma L elements of the integer such that A divides B, that's how you read that, A divides B, it's a bar, implies B is equal to A times some K. So that makes sense. If A divides B, that means that you can multiply A by some number and get to B. And B divides C implies C is equal to B times some integer, L. Well, that also makes sense for the same argument that I used for why B equal to AK makes sense. So let's just keep writing. What we have here is we actually have all the information we need if you think about it. So I'm just going to actually just group it all together. So I'm going to have C is equal to B times L. Well, we know what B is. B is up here. So I know what B is. I have B right here. So I can actually rewrite this as I'm going to plug in for B, and then I'm just bring my L across, times L. Well, if you guys know anything about multiplication, we know that it's what is it? Commutative? I forget the name of the property right now. Drawing a blank, but we know that we can multiply in any order. So L times K times A is the same as A times K times L, or any order we want. So I'm just going to regroup those grouping symbols. I'm going to just regroup them and have it work as we're going to multiply K and L first, then multiply by A. That's fine because it won't change the product at all. So now we have C is equal to A times K times L. And thus we have shown that A divides C, because if we multiply A by some number, because this is just some number. Oh, did not mean to draw that. This is just some number. We don't know what it is. It's an integer, really, because an integer times an integer is an integer. So we could put a new integer here where we could call it Q, where Q is equal to K times L. And so with an integer times an integer, because A is an integer, we have a new integer C. So if we divide A, or if we divide C by A, we get our K times L. And so we have shown that we've shown exactly what we wanted to show. So we just write our concluding statement. Thus, C thus A divides C. So we can put a little square, or if you want, uh, you can write QED. Either one's fine. QED is Latin for like, I forget what it is, but essentially we've shown exactly what it's shown. This proof covers basic division and what it means to divide something. Really the idea you want to remember if you're going to use this video is what we say when we divide something. So if you're going to study, I would study this line right here, you know. If we have a divides b, then that means it's b equals to a times k, or a to any integer, really. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I will do more videos every single week. If you have any questions that I can answer, please put them down in the comments. I will help as much as possible, and I will go over any problems. I will do any proofs that I have without any questions, and if I do have questions, that'll be the video for the week. Is a question that I enjoy and I think is a good one to ask. So thank you guys for watching.